Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will have our discussion on the concept of relationship. Like on my this channel I have talked many times about the Dara Karaka, about the Navamsa. So I just thought in this video, specific to your rising sign, we can have our discussion that what could be the turn on for you or what could be the most compatible partner for you. So in this video we will try to look at briefly the dating life or the love life of all the rising signs, because guys you have to pay attention over here that when it comes down to the matters of relationship, see, 7th house tells about the people you will be involved, like people who will come into your life. But when it comes down to what actually fascinates you the most, what actually invoke that emotion and feeling of love, for that triggering factor, like what could be the factor which actually matters a lot for you. So over there we have to also give attention to the 5th house as well. So this whole alignment of understanding someone's ascendant, that is going to be your personality. 7th house, what kind of people you will be happy with, and 5th house, what could be the triggering factor which is going to be giving or taking your attention to someone. So this whole alignment needs to be studied, and that is what we will try to do. And yes guys, for all those people, like I've been putting this leaflet on my channel, on my videos from past couple of weeks. So finally I'm in Toronto only, and it's always good to meet people in person as well. So many interesting people I'm coming in contact with. And as you can see right now, let me show you where I'm right now. So I have come to visit the aquarium. You know how much strong of a nature buff I am. So whichever places I always ensure to at least visit zoo or aquarium. Now zoo is something, even I know that it's always very sad to see animals in captivity, but living in city, that is the only option you have, unless and until someday I will visit to like Africa for any of the like safari and all. That is going to be somewhere in distant future. But yes, now we will be focusing on this. So guys, one more thing which I want to add over here is that, see, many times what happen is that when people emphasize a lot on staying single, see, you have to understand this thing that when you are in relationship with someone, like if you're married to someone, if you have kids and all, so in those kind of situation, for the person who is attaining or finding success, the person who is finding many opportunities, in those cases it's not the chart of that individual person, but the chart of the whole family which is supporting that person. So let's say for example, if you are the sole bread earner of a family, you are married, you have 2 kids, so even if you are going to be going through a very bad dasha, but during that time your wife is in a period where she is going to be financially, economically well taken care of. If the kids are going through a dasha that they are going to be well taken care of, so their dasha and their chart might be supporting you for your success. So for all those people who are like a very strong advocate of staying single and all, on astrological planes, I can definitely recommend that being in relationship sometimes helps astrologically. Now let's start our discussion. Okay, now first, if you have to look at the Aries Lagna natives. So guys, in Aries Lagna natives case, we know that the personality of the Aries people is that they are very impulsive, they are very quick to act. It is going to be very rare that if Aries Lagna native is going to be finding some opportunity, they will let go of that. Like this could be a case that even if you have to get rejected, they will not waste time. They will not be among those who want to be a secret admirer, even if they want to know their chance and all. So they will just approach the person and they will not waste any time. So this is going to be the typical personality of a Aries Lagna. Now when we talk about what fascinates them the most, what impresses them the most, so you have to give attention to the 5th house, the house which tells about the matters of love. Originally the heart is being seen from the 5th house. So over there you will find the energy of the Leo. So many times it has been seen that they get fascinated more towards people who are like artists, who are very creative. Somehow, like if you come from any sort of entitlement, any sort of lineage, like you are very recognized, you are very respected in the society, so that somehow helps them the most in narrowing down or shortlisting any of the option. And when we talk about that, what kind of people you will be very happy with, so the impulse of the Aries gets compensated by the balancing qualities of the Libra. the loving qualities of the Libra, and generally it has been seen that is the Libra Lagna, like Aries Lagna native, tend to remain very lucky in finding a very good looking or beautiful partner or spouse. Now in certain cases, like even if, see, the standard of beauty is different, so do not be this judgmental, I'm Aries Lagna, my wife is not beautiful. Step, like the way we say that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And the second thing is that I do not know what standards you have, but one thing I am assured of is that the person is going to be very good from the heart as well, a beautiful heart. So this is how it is going to be. So for Aries Lagna native, if I need to give you some sort of relationship advice and all, or if you are trying to court, if you're trying to court someone who is going to be Aries Lagna and all, so I would say win that person slowly, gradually, with love, with the kind of balancing quality, the peace, harmony you bring in the life of that person. But most importantly, the first impression of how respectful you are and staying very honest will help you big time. Now let's move forward. Now when we talk about from the Taurus Lagna natives point of view, so the innate personality of the Taurus Lagna native is that they are very fixed. Like there's a very high possibility that the Taurus Lagna native tend to remain very loyal in relationship. Like if they will find love in the early phase in their life, they have this capacity to stick with that person in the thick and thins of the life, for sure. Now when we talk about the first impression, what fascinates or what impresses a Taurus Lagna the most in a crowd of the people, what actually helps them shortlist or filter out right set of partner for them. So guys, over there you will find the energy of the Virgo in their 5th house. So someone who's going to be very perfectionist, someone who's going to be very detail oriented, or someone is going to be like, you know, when you have that sort of life in control, so that sort of person. So it is going to be very rare that a Taurus Lagna native is going to be, see, that is a different case, that opposite to them comes the energy of the planet Mars only. But the energy of the Scorpio is still different from the energy of the Aries, because Aries is all about impulse and all, and in certain cases Aries could be a little bit flirtatious, or could be lacking the attention span as well in the matters of staying committed to one person. So I mean to say, when we talk about their 5th house, you will definitely see that the first impression is going to be, this could be a case that, okay, what college you have gone to, what kind of degrees you have, what kind of diplomas you have. So these things will fascinate, or this could act as a turn on for a Taurus Lagna. And when we talk about being actually in a relationship, so it would be a Scorpion qualities. See, Scorpio has got a lot to do with, like, this could be a case that you want to take care of your partner, you love to take care of your spouse. Your spouse has got very emotionally very vulnerable, and till the time you are not in command, you do not have your handle over the any of the mess or emotional frustration or kind of, you know, setbacks your partner is going through, you don't feel like to be in the control and command in a relationship. So this is how you can see that. See, opposite to a Taurus Lagna is the energy of the Mars. You might have a partner who's going to be on a energy level might be dominating, but when it comes down to the on a emotional level, over there you're going to have a upper edge that can be set for like that I can say with confidence. And lot many times it has been seen that, you know, as a gift as well, buying books and all, you know, for a date, going to those kind of places which are very intellectually oriented or intellectually stimulating tend to work out the most for the Taurus Lagna. Now guys, when we talk about for the Gemini Lagna natives, so guys, in their case we all know that Gemini Lagna natives, they are very curious, they are very young, and any of the sports activity and all, they take a lot of interest in all these kind of things, and they are like, they could be jack of all trades, they have like a good hobbies and all. So now as you can see that in the matters of their 5th house, you will find the energy of the Libra. So a lot many times it has been seen that they get most attracted towards the first turn on factor tend to remain for these people how savvy, how good looking, how well dressed a person is, how groomed a person is. So those typical ideal definition which people have in their mind, like a very generalized perception that someone has to be only good looking and all, that is very strongly getting valid in the case of the Gemini Lagna. And guys, when we talk about actually being in a relationship or how the relationship survives or flourish with the passage of the time, so over there you will find the energy of the Sagittarius, which has got a lot to do with being very idealistic. They will get a partner who is going to be very law abiding, very religious in nature, very philosophical and all, want to inspire, uplift, give you the direction and guidance. And lot many times it has been seen that in the case of the Gemini Lagna, after the marriage the fortune awakens. And fortune is not in terms of something suddenly a miracle started happening in your life. It's just like that you might be lacking focus, but once you are into matrimonial bond and all, so that sort of guidance and right direction, life purpose starts coming in the life of a Gemini Lagna. But yes, the turn on tend to be the carrying the flavors and the energy of the Libra, of the Venus. So if you actually are planning to court someone of Gemini in nature, so see, if you are very religious, you go to church, you go to temple, so all of that, keep it saved for the later on dates. But for the first impression, you still have to stick to the plan, and the plan is going the Libra way. Now guys, moving ahead. Now when we talk about from the Cancer Lagna point of view, so we all know that with Cancer Lagna natives, they are very emotional, they are very nurturing. I'll give you a very good hack which always work. If you actually want to, score a Cancer Lagna person, so just go to them with some sort of sad story, sad victim kind of story. You know what happened to me in my childhood, there was no one to take care of me, I've always been very single, very lonely, there's no one to speak my emotions with, and there's a hollowness inside of me. I still remember there was this movie, guys, Arnold I find it his name very difficult to pronounce. In one of his movie, his wife, she was being courted by a con man, masquerader. He used to approach the woman with this thing that I am hiring woman for CIA covert operation. In one of the scene, he was like trying to court the lady, and when she resisted, he says, "If not for me, do for your country." I mean to say that sort of sad stories and all, because in the 5th house of the Cancer Lagna, you'll find the energy of the Scorpio. Now it is very difficult to see or judge or comprehend. See, for a rational person like us, we would be like, why do you have to even spare your time to listen to that cry baby story? And who knows whether it is true or the person is just bluffing. But for the Cancer Lagna, it tend to matter the most. So for the Cancer Lagna natives, the 5th house Scorpio energy could be a way of reaching their heart through, again guys, I'm not talking about manipulation, I'm just saying that if you have some sort of past wound or something, take that as a first layer of your presentation. That might help you. Like, this is how the Cancer Lagna natives are designed and all. Now when we talk about the matters of the 7th house, now that is a different case, guys. Initially this could be a turn on factor for them, but later on in the life they will not be able to survive with someone who is going to be all scattered, all messed up and all. They want to be with someone who is going to be the typical Capricorn energy, everything in control, everything in command. The person might be a CEO, the person might be leading life with a strong goal or purpose or career in the life and all. So this is how you have to approach in the dating scenario, in the relationship scenario, while dealing with a Cancer Lagna. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, so definitely guys, like the Leo Lagna natives are the leaders. They want to have the lead, upper edge, upper hand in any decision making and all, and they want their ego and pride. And this is how the whole alignment has been formed. Because the thing is, somehow in the relationship, authority automatically comes to them, because opposite to them is the energy of the Aquarians. And Aquarians are like being very humanitarian, very naive, very innocent. They want to be led by someone, and because of this only Leo and Aquarius is one of the good bond. Now that is a different case, that they both are being ruled by strongly anti planets, but this is how their life is being designed. And now guys, in their case, the good part is that no matter how kingly and how royal they looked on the front, but in their heart they are very religious. And this could be one of the turn on, or the, if you you want to actually win over or have a very good first impression in the heart, in the mind of a Leo Lagna, so approaching through faith and projecting yourself as very religious, very righteous kind of person works out best for you. Like for certain other Lagnas, even if you are trying to be like projecting yourself as very smart and someone who's like to be very street smart might work, but for a Leo Lagna, projecting yourself as someone who is very righteous, who follows virtues, rules, regulation works out the most. And yes, in the 7th house, this is going to be the first impression which will work. But once you are actually in a relationship, so a lot many times it has been seen the typical Aquarian energy, which has to do with being very futuristic, being very humanitarian and all, having a wide circle of friends, a very active social life works out the most for the Leo Lagna. Now guys, when we talk about from the Virgo Lagna natives point of view, so yes, your personality is that you are very perfectionist, very detail oriented and all. Opposite to you is the energy of the Pisces, that has to do with empathy, that has to do with the emotions, nourishment, care and everything. But guys, the good thing is that when we talk about the very first impression, in the 5th house you will find the energy of the Capricorn, which has got a lot to do with like when you are approaching or trying to court a Virgo Lagna person in a relationship. So projecting and approaching with that sense of degree of confidence will matter the most. Like you have to make a spectacle of all the achievements which you have. Like in lot many cases it come across as like of a turn off that okay, this person is very show off, this person is kind of unnecessary, too much on the head and all. But this is one such kind of combination over there for the Virgo Lagna natives and all. So sometimes you have to be very vocal about your achievements, about your accomplishments, because that will help you win over that very first few dates when you're trying to impress a Virgo Lagna. And yes, with the passage of time, the true flavors of your relationship is going to be filled with the Pisces energy, which has to do with the empathy, emotions, being very well connected, and you want your partner to be very sacrificing. So please do not be surprised if you are dating a Virgo Lagna native and in majority of the cases you are the one who is expected to sacrifice. So this is how it is. So this is what I wanted to say. Now guys, when we talk about the Libra Lagna natives, now we know this thing that Libra natives are the most loving, most balancing, like they exude the energy of the Venus, which is about how you can be a balancer in majority of the areas of your life. That is something which we all should learn from the Libra, because whether you talk about their social life, their personal life, their professional health factor, their all their humanitarian goals and all, in lot many cases I've also seen the Libra Lagna natives to be balancing their in-laws very well as well. Like after the marriage, the way they have been efficiently proving to be a good son or a good daughter, a good child, they tend to be very good son-in-law, daughter-in-law as well. So with the Libra Lagna natives, all these qualities help them the most. Now actually, if you want to approach someone and if you want to impress on the very first few dates a Libra Lagna, so you have to understand the 5th house energy of this, which tend to be the Aquarian energy. Now Aquarian has a lot to do with being very futuristic, and you have to be humanitarian and all. So like when you approach them, talk about the kind of charities you support, talk about all those kind of talks about global warming, how can we make world a better place, and we say sustainable living and all. So talk about all these kind of things, so that the other person, especially the Libra Lagna native, will be able to see the humane side of your personality, humanitarian side of your personality, that you care for the world. You do not live in the present, you want the world to be a better place, and you think and you feel you care about it. You are kind of a very, what do you call that, you are a very aware person. You're not like a person who's very ignorant. So if you will only approach with that academic and scholarly side of yours, you'll be able to impress the Libra Lagna natives the most. And obviously, like opposite to them is the energy of the Aries. There will be impulse, there will be energy, there will be drive, adventure, enthusiasm. Like a Libra Lagna native like will want to be marrying someone who is going to be very athletic, who is going to be very much into sports and all. But when we talk about the very first few dates and all, in order to help that person filter you out in the dating circle and all. So a cat makes scholarly, futuristic qualities will take you long, I mean to say, will take you far. Now, when we talk about the Scorpio Lagna natives, so guys, for the Scorpio Lagna natives, as you can see that their personality is all about their intensity of their emotions and their feelings. Now, when you reach their 5th house, over there you will find the energy of the Pisces. So you have to always, approach the Scorpio Lagna with this mindset that you are ready to sacrifice everything for them. Empathy, emotions, feelings. Talk about your feelings, talk about your emotions, talk about all those things which you have gone through, all kind of your suffering and the ordeal. That will actually help you the most when it comes down to striking a chord with them. And guys, when you talk about the 7th house, so once you are married to a Scorpio Lagna, the married life is going to be filled with comforts, enjoyment, luxury. That is one credit which I want to give to the Scorpio Lagna natives, that they might be going through a lot of suffering or expecting a lot from their partner, but when it comes down to giving the best to their partner, over there they are the best givers. In the matters of relationship, you will not find the Scorpio Lagna to be very selfish. Like I've seen lot many Scorpio Lagnas and all, like sometimes in certain cases they are even willing to take up part-time jobs, they are even willing to sacrifice on their own thing. Like you wanted to, being a Scorpio Lagna, you wanted to buy a car, but you knew that this thing that okay, your wife needs that one thing which she is very much hoping for, so they will to sacrifice over there. So that is one thing which defines them the most. And yes, in the marital life, for the Scorpio Lagna, they generally end up being with partners, with people who bring that stability, loyalty, stability of the emotions in their life and all. Now guys, when we talk about from the Sagittarius Lagna natives point of view, so yes guys, your personality is all filled with righteousness, inspiring the world. You take interest in religion, you take interest in philosophy. That is what your personality is. But when we talk about the turn on factor, so over there in the 5th house you will find the energy of the Aries, now which in itself tells about that you have to be very in the matters of striking a very first impression with the Sagittarius Lagna and all. So over there you have to be a little bit proactive. Adventure, enthusiasm, capacity to take risks, capacity to defend them in any kind of conflicting situation when you are Sagittarius Lagna, because that is where in the matters of the heart you will find the energy of the somehow you will find the energy of the Aries. So that is the only reason the true spark of the love, the first spark or the spark of the love will only happen when you will give them that sort of feeling of being well protected, that sort of kind of masculine protecting vibe around them which you are bringing in the relationship. That sort of mindset you need to have while approaching a Sagittarius Lagna in any of the dating sort of situation and all. And guys, when we talk about the matters of the 7th house, over there you find the energy of the Gemini. Now the Sagittarius Lagna, the good part is that in the matrimonial life of theirs and all, you'll find a lot of the youthful energy over there. Like even after marriage, like couple, even if in their middle age, in the later on in the life, they are like indulging into all those kind of sporting activities, sporting events, even when their kids are growing up or their kids are grown up and all. So even over there, they don't kind of want to come across as being kind of sidetracked, that okay, now our parents are old and they cannot go with us for those kind of adventurous activities and those kind of events and all. So they don't want to be like that, they don't want to be treated like that in any kind of these kind of situation and all. So yes guys, for the Sagittarius Lagna, in the matters of the 5th house, when we talk about the first impression, being carrying that vibe of the Aries will help you, and actually in the relationship or the matrimonial life and the characteristics of the partner is going to be of the Gemini. Now guys, when we talk about the Capricorn Lagna natives, so guys, for the Capricorn Lagna natives, we know that they are very career oriented, they are very goal oriented, the much they are in command and control of their emotions and their feelings. But when it comes down to actually in their relationship and all, you will definitely find the energy of the Cancer. Like in the Cancer energy, in a way that their partner tend to be very emotional, very nurturing all the time, like kind of very easily getting hurt, very sensitive about their emotions, their feelings and all. But guys, when we talk about the matters of their 5th house, like where we talk about the first impression, over there you will find the energy of the Taurus. So guys, while approaching any of the Capricorn Lagna natives, you have to present yourself as someone who can be trusted, who is looking for a long-term commitment and long-term partnership in the relationship. And also guys, it will not be an exaggeration to somehow on and off show off or flaunt the kind of assets and saving you have. So because for the Capricorn Lagna, they will be judging you on that, like what is your net worth, how financially in control, in command you are of your finances. So that aspect will matter a lot if you have to impress a Capricorn Lagna in any kind of dating kind of situation and all. And yes guys, see, the thing is with the Capricorn Lagna, it's just like that they know that okay, they have been deprived and devoid of all that kind of nourishment of their emotional needs and all, and that's what they expect from their partner, from the marriage, from the relationship. Now guys, when we talk about the Aquarius Lagna, so guys, in the case of the Aquarius Lagna, you know that they are very futuristic, they are very humanitarian, very academic, scholarly, very naive and all. And when we talk about the matters of their fifth house, now guys, over here, see, I'll tell you, if I were to say any one Lagna who will be last in any of the matters of taking initiative in any kind of romantic love kind of situation, it's definitely going to be the Aquarius Lagna. Like a lot many times when we come across those kind of secret admirer, nerd kind of guys, like even in the high school, I like this girl, but I was never able to muster up the courage to quote the girl and express my feelings and all. So obviously now times are changing, everyone is very progressive, but even after that, Aquarius Lagna native could fall prey to that. Now guys, but when we talk about if you are quoting a Aquarius Lagna, you need to for the very first impression, going the Gemini way will help you. Like try to be youthful, talk about sports, talk about hobbies, YouTube, social media. One good approach is go to them with gossip. Like if you know someone in a circle and you have some sort of insider news and hidden information gossip about the life of that person, so approach that person. Like for example, if you know a person who is working in any for example food retail brand, and starting and approaching that person first with, you know what is happening in the business, you know what is happening, you know what your boss is up to, you know what your team does after the shift and all. So approach with this sort of mindset might help you, because in the fifth house you will find that sort of. And also being very youthful, you cannot just be talking about the future, about the security, stability, loyalty. Come across as someone who's like very chill, very jovial, very social. You're very like filled with lot many extracurricular side hustles. So that sort of Gemini vibe will help you a lot. And yes guys, when we talk about the actual course of the relationship, you will find a lot of integrity, honesty, pride, because of the energy of the Leo or Sun being over there. Lot many times it has been seen that once they get married and all, their partner brings a lot of fame and recognition and life purpose. And lastly guys, when we talk about the Pisces Lagna, my battery is 13%, so yes, we can talk about it. So yes, see, when we talk about the Pisces Lagna, in their case, empathy, emotions, feelings matters the most for them. Like they are the ones who are always even willing and ready to sacrifice even their personal happiness in order to be with their best behavior when it comes down to in the matters of love, marriage and relationship and all. But guys, when we talk about when you are approaching a Pisces Lagna, talk about feelings, talk about emotions, empathy, care, and like how you have been treated by your loved ones. So all that matters the most. But again guys, understand this thing, when we talk about the jilted feelings, feelings of hurt, that is more of the domain of the Scorpio. You cannot just approach the Pisces Lagna in the very first few dates with the feelings of toxic emotions and feelings that might pull them behind rather than impressing them. So talk about how good the world is, how grateful you are, how much you believe in your God and everything. So these things matters the most. Like those emotions and feelings of tenderness, of care, of empathy will actually act as this could be a turn on, or this could be will help them shortlisting you, or could be a case that they will be the most impressed with all of these kind of conversation and behavior and all. And now guys, when we talk about what actually tend to remain their course of their matrimonial life and all, over there you will find the energy of the Virgo. Now Virgo is all about being disciplined, being very it's like very good with the numbers and meticulous in your life. Lot of attention to health, fitness, your diet, how you monitor all these kind of things. But the good thing is that all the aspects of their matrimonial life is going to be filled with well planning, like a strong planning and all. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say about my take on this topic, just because that I was in front of the CN Tower and all, and lately I wanted to talk about the matters of the relationship as well. So I thought it's a right opportunity. I'm just doing the sightseeing, so we can have our discussion on this. And guys, do you want to see my setup where I was making this video? Are you ready? Can you handle this? Okay, let me show you. Dun-ta-da! So yeah, this was my setup. This is the life of a blogger. You just need any opportunity, any place, and you can make a video. So yes guys, now I'm not gonna say that I have to board the train is going to start, but yes, this is all what I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. And if you are in Toronto, I will be here till the Saturday, November 22nd, 23rd. So please feel free to get in touch, and for further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Thank you.